Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. We'd like to let you know that channelstv.com has more information for you, and on youtube.com/channelsweb you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser, or just download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. That's not all. Besides giving you access to news updates, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. Leaders from Ogun West Senatorial District are looking at ways to ensure the next governor comes from that zone. At a political dialogue, they cut across political lines. They were unanimous in kicking against imposition of candidates and the undue external manipulation in the build-up to the 2019 governorship elections in the state.
The chairman of the day, Honorable.
Strategizing, politicking and seeking ways to raise up a worthy candidate for the Ogun State governorship election is the reason for this gathering. The political dialogue that cuts across party lines as traditional, religious leaders and other stakeholders in Ogun West Senatorial District rub minds on who will represent the zone. In over 43 years since the state's creation, Ogun West Senatorial District is yet to produce a governor. Participants at this meeting want to change the narrative for the zone.
We have to be sure that we have right candidates everywhere who can afford. That is very, very difficult. And this should not be limited to the gubernatorial position alone.
However, the goal is not just securing the governorship seat.
In the choice of councillors, local government chairman, please, for God's sake, by all means, let us not be shy. Let us participate to ensure that solid candidates emerge everywhere.
The two governorship aspirants present at the program promised to let the best man win.
We continue to improve on the level of unity that is required. And I know that this time around, whatever is left that we have not done, we shall do it among ourselves, so that come May 29, 2019, we are more than prepared that this is for real, and everything that needs to be done shall be done.
Part of the strategy of the Ogun West politicians is to ensure there's no imposition from any of the political parties fielding candidates, and they expect the
Hundreds of youth and women from Edo South Senatorial District are protesting against the motion they say was moved by their representative, Senator Matthew Rugide, calling for the impeachment of President Muhammadu Buhari. Now, the angry protesters said the senator did not consult the constituents before taking such a step, hence the total rejection of the motion. Meanwhile, the senator himself maintains that he has no regrets about what he says at the Senate, alleging that there was a breach of due process in the purchase of fighter jets from the United States.
Protesters, mostly youth and women from Edo South Senatorial District, out on the streets of Benin City, the Edo State capital, opposing the motion of impeachment from their senator against President Muhammadu Buhari for allegedly abandoning due process in the purchase of Tucano fighter jets from the United States of America. The protesters get to the Edo State House of Assembly complex, where the majority leader of the House receives them.
You can see the youth, the conspicuous youth that came on board today to counter that motion. That we did not send him to move that motion, that was his own personal opinion, that we are here to tell him to withdraw that motion immediately.
Honorable Rugide, he never consulted with us as a representative, so we are in total disagreement with Rugide.
From the Edo State House of Assembly, they take their case to the government house, Benin City, where they reiterated their position.
He must consult sufficiently with members of his constituents. He must consult with traditional rulers, he must consult with religious leaders, he must consult with market women, and of course he must consult with the timid youth of his constituents.
The state deputy governor, Mr. Philip Shaibu, who received the protesters, urged them to remain peaceful but resolute in their support for President Buhari.
I'm aware that he said he has not moved any motion of such thing. And if reading through the newspaper, what they said is true. Okay. But all I want to tell you is that you are the constituents. You have the power to remove. You have the power, the final power. When we were in the student movement, they said the Congress is supreme. You, the electorate, are the one that are supreme.
In an interview with Channels Television in Benin City during the weekend, the embattled Senator Ruide said he was misunderstood concerning his motion.
People have expressed ignorance about what I said. And of course, people have shown ignorance about, the contents of Section 143 of the Constitution. So I'm not regret what I said. By the time they realize, they come to terms and digest what the ingredients of Section 143 are, they will come to terms that yes, what they said is correct.
With the matter yet to die down, more reactions are expected in the coming days, but hopefully peaceful ones, as in this case.
Now, labor unions in the country have continued to call for better welfare packages for workers, especially working conditions and pay. The unions acknowledge that while some promises have been made to better the lot of workers, efforts must also be put in place to ensure such promises are kept.
It's a week of reflections for workers across the country as they seek ways to improve their wages and working conditions. Workers in Ogun State, southwest Nigeria, celebrate International Workers' Day with mixed feelings, knowing it's the last for the state governor, Rauf Aregbesola. The Labour leadership in the state gathered their members at the Osogbo Township Stadium to appreciate his support over the past 8 years.
As we witness the last gap of this eventful and successful administration, Mr. Governor, I want to say in the spirit of comradeship, this season should, as a matter of necessity and urgency, be declared by you as a period of harvest for the workers and pensioners who have sacrificed all with the interests of this state and particularly this administration at heart.
Staying in the southwest, the Ganifa-Waimi Freedom Square in Ondo State is the rallying point for workers who are appealing for an increase in the employment of professional teachers in public schools.
The total withdrawal of government from establishing new primary and secondary schools to commensurate with our rapid growing population and settlement expansion calls for concern. This has given room to a lot of private individuals and organizations establish various mushroom Montessori International, in quotes, schools at every nook and cranny of the state.
In Ekiti State, also in the southwest, Governor Ayodele Fayose warms the heart of the workers with some cheery news.
About 40,100 officers of government will from today be promoted and get all promotions since the last 3 years.
Moving to the southeast, Labour workers in Imo State are also elated over good news from Governor Rochas Okorocha.
I'm not unmindful of the fact that you want leave allowance. You also will be glad if you have your overtime allowance. As I'm willing to pay you even the sleeping allowance, I will also be prepared to pay you absenteeism allowance. Anyone you want, I give you, because I love you.
Every year, workers come together in their different states to make their demands known to representatives of the federal government. A major sticking point this year is the proposed increase of the minimum wage from 18,500 to 66,500 naira. While negotiations are ongoing, Organized Labour says it is optimistic of something good from the federal government.
Coming up on News Across Nigeria, preparations in Kano State towards the 2019 general elections as far as security is concerned. Stay with us.